Welcome, BrikFamers. This is Meister Dad, and in this episode I'm going to share with you approximately 20 hours of work redesigning, restructuring my storage room. With the help of Senor McQ, I was able to accomplish almost all of the work that I set out to do, but it's not over yet, so this is just part one of 2 or 3. Welcome to BrikFam. We're glad you're here. Now you're going to find the footage a little bit choppy because I was so busy, I was so into the work that I often forgot to stop and pause and kind of film an update or see what was going on. And so the film was a nightmare to edit, for one thing, because it doesn't necessarily follow chronological progress in the sense that sometimes I work over there and sometimes I work over there and so on. So it was kind of hard to make it cohesive looking, sounding, feeling. On the other hand, I missed a lot of stages because I didn't actually film any of it. I was so excited to get going on the work. So this is the best that I could do with the footage that I have. Before we start, I'd like to mention the plan that I had drawn up so that we can see where we are. Well, hopefully we'll all be on the same page. My plan is quite simple, really. I'm simply restructuring the existing shelves and adding some new ones. Now this is the current design in the room as it is. It's 9'3" by 15'8". And I have a structural post right there which kind of prevents me from filling out this corner properly, but I managed to get this IKEA corner shelf in here. Now if you haven't seen my cost of Lego video, it's right there where I detail the Ivar shelving units. So the door here, you come in, there's an open area here, there's an open area here, banks of shelves all around. Now this is the way, like I said, this is the way it is currently. What I'd like to do is restructure this area right here. So all of these guys will be redone. I will leave these guys here, and I'll probably leave this here as well. So only this F shape here will be changed. So again, this is going to remain the same, and I'm going to restructure this interior area here. Now the way I've devised to do that is to switch the wide shelves here for narrow ones. So these were all wide previously. I will make them all narrow now. And I'll gain not only this length here, but also I'll gain some here because narrow ones are necessarily shorter. Likewise, I will be able to finish out this shape here with this one by using all wide ones here. Now primarily the thing I wanted to do is, right now it's kind of a mishmash. I do have some new sets here, but all of this is used currently. And I have lots of new sets, if you've seen my Amazon boxes there. And I like to be able to open them all and put them somewhere. I also have some in my studio. And so this whole section here should be new sets right like this. The existing new ones here, and all of this will be new. This will all be used. This will all be used. Now, it could be that I may be able to get used ones here and make this just new, and all of this will be used. But we'll have to see. Let's get on with the show. And welcome to phase 2, where we're going to try to get all of this to fit in that room over there. We're going to start by taking out this stuff out of the way here so that we can reconfigure the shelves in the room. Now I have cleaned out a lot of these things so we can actually get over to the garage door now, which is right beside the house. And so there's a little problem that I've noticed as we were working here, and that is I kept hearing this dripping sound. And then of course I have to look up and I see that my pipes are sweating. And in particular, there was a pile right here beside the door, but more distressing is the pipe actually goes right above all of that. And so I went in here, and I have been checking from time to time, but it's extremely humid today. And I've seen that it's actually soaked right through, right here. And so it's been dripping from down here into here. And so there's another spot starting up here. Kind of designed it so that none of the pipes would leak on anything. But now with this extreme humidity, we're going to have to redesign this so that only plastic things can be under these pipes. So that'll have to be worked into the redesign. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Even though we have some water damage happening here, I still want to go ahead with the plan. I will get to that water damage area later. What's done is done. Can't do anything about it now. But as I mentioned, I want to take these wider shelves, these deeper shelves out of here and make them narrower to match the corner one that's already there. and then I'll be able to go all the way around the corner, get a much smaller turnaround, and then effectively maybe double or even triple the number of shelves that are in here. And we have removed this one area here that contained most of the packages that I received from everywhere in Canada, more or less. And we're going to be taking out this section right here and moving on to adding the new stuff off of this corner as per plan. Ready?
Yes.
Here we have the area cleaned out for the next phase. Now I have a conundrum because I don't have any of these tall uprights left that aren't being used. There's two places I can take it. There's one from the upstairs playroom or from my studio. And since I'm redoing my studio anyway, let's go with that. Senor McQ.
Yes.
So now we have the corner opened up. We're going to try to put this shelf in. The pins are all on the bottom. Let's see what happens. So go on ahead. Let's see if we got this to fit. Does it fit? The thing about Ivar is that the first shelf is always the hardest.
The first shelf is the hardest. Baby,
looks
I
like-
know.
It looks like we have a winner. It's good. Yes. Well, we have the corner in, and the first item is stuffed into the corner. Now, because we have some moisture issues with humidity, I did raise the shelf off the floor a little higher than normal just to get that air circulation going under there. But all in all, I think it's great for a first day. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, how long has it been?
Very long time.
Very long time. Yeah, it's been almost the entire day. I think we started around 10 a.m. and it's now 9 p.m. We didn't work the whole stretch, but I mean, it was a good 7 hours, I would say, to get just to this point. And let's see what we can do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, good night. And this is what my studio looks like after day one. Whew. Won't be using this for a while. It's a good thing I'm recording this now. I stole that corner shelf so we could use the test. And yeah, it's gonna take a while to get this all organized, I know. Fun times. In the playroom after the first day. So we have that corner cabinet taken out. And then we'll probably get to the rest of these as well at some point. Question is, where are these things gonna go? I have no idea yet. That's for day 2. See you tomorrow. I must say I'm liking the way it looks. This is the almost final position for these new sets in here. And the plan is coming along very nicely. The issue is, of course, I don't have any space to continue my plan, which means this corner cabinet that was in the corner will have to be dismantled, and I'll have to remove it so that I can continue. That's going to be a toughie. I need this corner shelf over here so that I can put it in the storage room next door. So I've moved the display items right there from this shelf to that shelf. And Senor McQ is going to do the rest for me, starting now. Working out even better than it looked on paper. So we have the new stuff over there. We have around the corner, temporarily put the empty boxes in. I'll have them with the old stuff or the stuff that's yet to be processed later. Some empty boxes up top here, but it does go around the corner perfectly. And over here, we'll of course get to the large one. I have to spin this one around before we can lay it parallel with this guy here. And yeah, so that's essentially where we are right now. Very happy with the progress here. Can't wait to see how it looks when it's done. What do you think?
Yes.
Well, we had so much fun that we actually forgot to take some video of what was going on. But here we have the new rack. We have the corner rack over there. We have another new rack over there. We've gone around the corner now. And the one next to this corner is not present yet. But we also started the used ones back here and the corner that goes around the other way. So I'm very pleased with the way things are going. We do still have to deal with these, but that's because we're going to be putting those where the water drips. And yeah, so we got the boxes up there. Everything basically above eye level is relegated to an empty box. So about this height or higher is all going to be empty boxes. So I don't want to reach up on a stool to get everything I need or want. So how do you feel about this now?
Good. It's actually looking a lot better than it was.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to fit a lot more stuff too.
Yes.
And so ends day 2. We have the second bank filled up, except for the very bottom down there. We have the third corner started. And because there might be some water damage issues, I have put down some paper to see if I have any drips. So good night. I'll see you tomorrow. And it's now the next morning. The paper seems to be dry, except for maybe this back corner over here. So that would be from, yes, the hose outlet. So I'm going to get some pipe insulation, stick it on there. And then the good news is this will be all dry. And we can just put whatever we need to here. Most of the construction is now done for the infrastructure. I've gone around the corner. I've built the second bank. And of course, because I was concerned about those other water damaged boxes over here, I left the space up here to stick them in. I have one more construction project to do. That is to pull out this glass guy down there and replace this shelf. This is not in the original plan, but I'm going to be putting in a corner unit here, and hopefully it'll be able to fit even more than is already here. The main plan here is to replace these boxed ones with plastic ones and take all the boxed ones and put them elsewhere where there's no water damage to be found. And so I have now completed my main plan. Got the 2 banks here, and I have the 2 banks over here. I ran out of narrow guys, so I used wide ones here, and it's a little bit dark in this area, so I definitely have to move that light about a foot. But this is all I can do this week. And thank you to Senor McQ.
Welcome.
And hopefully we'll finish the rest in another video.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't die.
Yeah, we have some significant water sweating here with the cold water pipe, and even had a bit of mildew here, or some kind of, anyway. And there's some water up there from the drippage, so all this has to be insulated.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for moving that.
no problem.
That was great. This time for sure, goodbye.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.
This concludes phase 2, part 1. I will still be working in the storage room for quite some time, I believe. The studio is going to be next. The playroom will probably be last. I don't know exactly what the design is for the studio yet because I'm still working on the storage room. But in the meantime, this concludes this episode. BrikFam thanks you for your viewership. We welcome your comments. Bid you farewell. This is Meister Dad, signing off.